Hello guys, welcome to Sid Astrology Studio, and today we will be discussing a topic, wealth in astrology. Now this is the most important and the most, people are most concerned about the wealth in their life, how much wealth they are going to acquire. Now there are only three type of things which people need: wealth, a happy married life, and a good job and a good career. So this is one of the most important topics in astrology, the wealth. So let's come to the point that how should we analyze in our horoscope that how much wealth we are going to acquire in our lifetime. So for wealth, you have to look every aspect of your D1 chart, your Lagan Kundli, your the Janam Lagan horoscope. So you have to analyze every house, because each house represents there is a signification of every house for your wealth. So basically, to judge that how much wealth you are going to acquire, you have to look, first of all you have to look the three houses: the second house, the 11th house, and the 12th house, because second and 11th represents the wealth. They are the houses of wealth, houses of gains, houses of savings, and the 12th house is the house of expenditure. So these three houses, first of all, you have to judge in your horoscope. Now first of all you have to look at your second house. Second house represents the amount of wealth which you are going to have in your lifetime, the savings which you are going to have in your lifetime. And 11th house represents the gains. It is the house of gain, the amount of wealth which you are going to gain in your lifetime. So you have to look at the position of your second house lord and 11th house lord. If they are in a benefic position, if they are sitting with positive planets having a positive aspect, then of course there will be no problem in acquiring wealth. If vice versa, if they are having a negative aspect and their lords are being hemmed between malefics, and they are in a conjunction with malefic, aspected by malefics, then of course there will be problems in acquiring wealth. And for 12th house you have to look 12th house you have to look that what kind of planet is there in 12th house, or your 12th house lord is sitting in a positive situation or in a negative situation in your horoscope, because 12th house will decide that what kind of expenditure you will be having in your lifetime. Also 12th house represents the wealth from the foreign countries, wealth from the other countries. So these are the houses first of all you have to analyze. Then as a whole in your horoscope, you have to analyze each and every house of your horoscope. The first house represents the strength to acquire wealth, your strength, because first house is the self. So first house represents how much strength you are having to acquire the wealth. Second house, as I told you, represents the savings, the amount of wealth which you will be having in your lifetime. Third house represents the hard work to acquire the wealth, how much hard work you are going to you will be doing to acquiring your wealth. Fourth house is one of the most important house, because it represents the happiness and unhappiness from your wealth. Whether you acquire, you are having crores of rupees with you but you are unhappy, and if you are having a very small amount with you, then you are happy, you are mentally satisfied. So this is the most important house, fourth house. So you have to judge the position of fourth house lord in D1 chart, in D9 chart, and that will tell you that how much happy you will be from your, how much satisfied you will be from your wealth accumulation. Then fifth house represents the sudden ups and downs, not sudden, but yes, you can say you may have a situation where you may acquire some very large amount of wealth. You may have some lottery or something like that, then that is seen from the fifth house. Sixth house shows the obstacles in acquiring wealth. Seventh house shows the relationships through your wealth. You know, once you acquire your wealth, then it shows the relationships. It also shows the benefits from other people, how much you will be going to benefit it from other people in terms of money. Eighth house represents the inheritance property. It shows the property which you will be getting as a inherited property from your father, from your forefather, you know. So this is also one of the most important house which you have to analyze. Then you have to see the ninth house. Ninth house is the luck, the traveling, the traveling which you will be doing to acquire your wealth, the amount of traveling which you will be doing. Also it is the house of luck. So luck is also very important in acquiring wealth. You are doing your efforts, but your luck is not on your way. So this is the most important thing in acquiring wealth, luck. 10th house shows your actions, your karmas to acquire the wealth. What kind of karma, what kind of actions you are doing to acquire the wealth. So these 10 houses are very important. After this, the 11th house, which is the house of wealth, house of gains, it will show you that what monetary gains you will be having, what kind of monetary gains you will be acquiring in your life, you know, because 11th house is the house of gains, house of materialistic things, house of, you know, in terms of if we talk about money, then how much money you will be gaining in your lifetime, that is seen from the 11th house. 12th house is the house of expenditure, how much you are going to spend your money. For example, if you are earning say like 40,000, 50,000 per month and your expenditure is above your earnings, then that is seen from the 12th house. 12th house also represents the amount of money which you will be acquiring from foreign lands. The foreign currency is seen from the 12th house. So guys, these are the 12 important houses in your D1 chart. The same thing you have to judge in D9 chart also. The same concept, the same rules and tricks you have to apply in your D9 chart as well. Then the karkas, the greh, the planets for your wealth are Jupiter, Venus and Rahu. These three are very, very important planets if you have to judge how much money you will be acquiring. So you have to see the position of Jupiter in your D1 and D9 chart. You have to see the position of Venus in D1 and D9 chart. You have to see the position of Rahu for sudden monetary gains and sudden loss. In your D1 and D9 chart, you have to analyze the position of Rahu. If your Rahu is sitting in 11th house, you may acquire sudden wealth. If your Rahu is in 5th house with benefic aspects and in a benefic situation, then you may acquire tremendous amount of wealth in your lifetime, and that will be very sudden. You also have to see the position of 12th house and 12th lord. And if Rahu is sitting in 12th house, then you may acquire wealth from foreign lands, but you may experience some sudden expenditure in your life. Some sudden expenditure may happen in your life. So Rahu, Jupiter and Venus are the most important karkas. For more yogas, there are three more yogas in wealth. First is if your second lord and 11th lord are exchanging their position, or they are sitting in their own houses, then this is the best yoga for acquiring wealth. Second yoga is that your 11th lord is sitting in 11th house, your second lord is sitting in second house, and your second lord and 11th lord are having a connection with 9th house or your lagna, then this is the most important combination for acquiring wealth. It is a positive kind of a yoga. And also you have to see that you have to judge the position of the 5th house and 5th lord, and you have to see your lagna where it is placed. Then you have to see that for expenditure you have to see your 12th house. So if your lagna and your 9th house are having a combination in your horoscope, they are mutually aspected by each other, or they are sitting together in some of the other houses, then this is the best yoga which you may have. This is also known as Vishnu Lakshmi yoga, because Lakshmi bhavs are 5th house and 9th house are Lakshmi houses. So these are the houses which you have to look for your wealth, and the amount of wealth you have to see the 2nd house and 11th house. For expenditure you have to see the 12th house, and you have to analyze each and every house in your horoscope for judging your wealth, how much hard work you are going to acquire wealth, what kind of relationship you will be having after wealth, after acquiring lot of wealth, sudden gains, sudden ups and downs in your life in terms of wealth. So these are the things which you have to analyze for. So guys, this was my observation on wealth, and one more important thing, you have to also judge D2 chart, which is the Hora chart. That I'll be making a separate video on that. The Lakshmi yogas is also a very important part in judging wealth. That also I'll be making a different video for that. I have also made videos for D10 chart, for foreign traveling and foreign settlements, for marriage, for different planets in astrology. You can see all those videos. I have uploaded them on my YouTube channel, and you can subscribe my channel for more videos. So guys, this was my observation on the wealth in a horoscope, and please subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you.